go. Let's adjust this. You guys are probably only seeing my mic right now. Oh, what happened? All was well. Then it quit. There is a camera. I don't know where my camera is, but there is a camera. Why isn't it showing me? Camera options. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so I don't see it. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully it looks relatively decent. Let's just double check in on that, you know. Make sure everything's well. That's good. I don't really see a recentering option. Sorry guys, as I just want to make sure that the audio visual quality is all good. So close. Okay. Now there's just the issue of the mic. I'm going to put you guys on mute as I try to figure this all out. Okay, that was a whole lot of moving stuff around. However, the moving stuff around seems to have worked because we are rocking and rolling, or so it seems. So here we are in Final Fantasy XIV, the very famous MMORPG, which is just fantastic. This is a game which I remember way back when my cousin was quite addicted to this game. And I believe it was in the Heaven Ward expansion that she told me, "You play. You like Final Fantasy. You like all this. Play. Just do it. Just take the jump. You'll enjoy it." She showed me the opening cutscene, which was Bahamut, and I was awestruck. I was like, this looks super dope," and never acted on it. Not for a decade, until I got PlayStations, and then the free trial came out, and the free trial seemed to me like there was absolutely nothing to lose, right? So I tried out the free trial, and at first, really didn't like this game. I'm causing all sorts of chaos. My puppy's wandering around here, seeing if he can cause some chaos. Looks okay. Go. And we're just going to adjust the mic placement even just a little bit more. It's right there. Hopefully we're not coming in too hot now. Hopefully that's not too distracting right there. Shouldn't be. Alright, so yeah. Eventually I gave this a try. I played through it until about the level 10 Gridania quest, which is where I began, is in the first town of Gridania. Didn't really enjoy it, so I kind of gave it up, and that was that. Until I came back to it about 10 months later. Of course, I'm still on free trial, so I continue on. I restart a character, and this time it hooks me. And I play all the way through to Endwalker, and I play through it and absolutely adore it. And it's one of the most touching stories I've ever played, while also being one of the most engrossing games with so many systems that all interconnect. And the more they interconnect, the more they all add to the value of each other and to the gameplay, to both the communal aspect and to the more how would you say, like solo driven RPG elements, you know? It makes for both being really, really strong. So we don't really need to select all of this here right now, only because no, we don't need to. Yeah, because this is similar to the default model, but this guy is actually the canonical model, or at least the closest to the canonical model that I could possibly make him from the cinematics, right? Because that's one thing I really favor is story and canonicity. So whenever, for example, Persona's a fantastic example. Whenever there's a certain protagonist or character that you can name, I always want to name them the canonical choice. So in this case, we are actually going to name our character something which I think fits the canonical approach that this game has. I'm gonna make it around July. And I personally, where is it? The ruler's Thaliak, ruler of rivers and wisdom and god of knowledge, is the guardian deity of Charlayan. He commands the element of water and is associated with the third moon of the Eorzean calendar. Thaliak is the father of Limlain and the teacher of Byregot. He is most often depicted as a reserved scholar holding an ashen staff. His symbol is the scroll. Now, I'm going to select this deity As far as I know, the deities, pardon the handling noises there, guys. Just gonna lock that in. As far as I know, the deities in this game have absolutely no effect on the gameplay at all. However, from a strictly story standpoint, I would like to say that I have somewhat of a headcanon. Obviously, not obviously. I've never played 1.0. I never got that experience. And I would love to have played through 1.0, but unfortunately, I can only study the scraps of what's left of Eorzea. Pardon my noisy puppy in the background there. In that way, I'm similar to the scholars of Charlayan, who are seeking to gather knowledge from the past. And so I thought it'd be cool if my character in my headcanon came from Charlayan as a scholar to explore the realm of Eorzea to its depths. Because this is kind of meta, because I have certain purposes in this Let's Play. The first one's in the title, and that is I want to get the Platinum Trophy in Final Fantasy XIV. I've gotten quite a few trophies, but not all of them. On top of that, I would like to have a video catalog of me interacting with and playing and enjoying all of the content that 14 has to offer, while hopefully, if I can, accruing an audience at the same time. As well as doing this, I hope to offer one more experience through Eorzea, because there is no one true Eorzean experience, right? However, we each have an Eorzean experience, and that is ultimately what makes up the Eorzean experience. So I found that part of my joy in this series was watching other content creators play through this game, watching the reactions, watching the theories, watching the tier lists and the various things that they would do with the very intricate system that we're talking about. I absolutely love all of that, and I hope to add one more to your Final Fantasy XIV playlist to enjoy and buffer your enjoyment of 14, because I enjoy it, right? I'm also trying to catalog my playthrough of every single Final Fantasy game in the mainline series, including Final Fantasy XI, which I just recently started playing, and will be restarting to stream hopefully soon if I can get streaming outside of my PlayStation 5 figured out. And so hopefully I will have all of the Final Fantasies done by the end of next year is what I am hoping for, including all the spin-offs like World of Final Fantasy, Type 0, all the, not really a spin-off, but all the ones which are not mainline numbered Final Fantasies as well, if I can. So I've thought a lot about this. What should my starting job be? My preferred class is... One second. Are we back on? I think we're back on. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get my dog set up with some dog treats, some toys. Allow him to enjoy his time instead of running back and forth. So, in thinking of in thinking about all of the different classes that we can choose, I've chosen Gladiator. Now, I'm not going to take the time to go through all of these, but each one of these are fairly interesting classes. So you have your melee classes, you have the hand-to-hand Marauder, right, the Axe Wielder, and the Gladiator, both of which are tank jobs, which is a term we'll talk about a little bit later. I always love to play as the tank jobs. That's my ideal. So I'm going to pick Gladiator for right now, because the last time I played, I ended up playing from... What's it called? Why am I blanking? It's not Sandoria. Limsa Lominsa. I started from Limsa Lominsa, and Limsa is a fantastic starting area. But I think going down the Ul'dah path would be kind of interesting. You selected Hyperion as your starting world. I don't think I want to be honest. Okay, do any of them have some sort of bonus? Like an EXP bonus. Okay. Now, I have a name that I've been using for about 2 years, and I'm hoping that it will let me keep it. There we go. Confirm. Okay, so we're going to be begin a new game with this character. I think we're good, guys. Oh. That's so funny. It's like, oh, shut it off in case there's some sort of data. Oh, no, false alarm. Where's my remote? Let's crank this. Okay. And then after this, I'm going to have to go get some coffee, because that's the way.
Here.
Beautiful background, the ethereal sea.
Feel.
So those read like commands, right? Hear, feel, and then later on she'll say think.
Hear. Feel. Think.
And of course, we've come super powerful paladin, right? It's the way. It's the way. It's so funny. My TV's so large that whenever there's like light flashes from the game, you can totally see it on my face. It's kind of funny. Hey, hey you. You all right, lad? You're mourning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the ether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though. Don't worry. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection. Men, search the carriage. I found drugs on it. He's peddling the marijuana. I know it. I'm just an honest peddler, friend. So, don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look. Somnus. It literally is. He's literally doing. He's got drugs. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days. Unless you can afford the fine. Welcome to India. Be arrested. I'll pay. Business as usual. Look out! Oh! Amalia! Amalia! To arms! Probably should stop shouting. It's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. 7 hells. Consider this a warning. Now go! All of you! Do you know what the real question is? What's the point of making the carriage float instead of giving it traditional wheels? Whew! That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful round them brass blades, lad. Bastards will have to shoot off your back if they fancy it. Like common bastards, they... Oh, like common bandits, they are. Only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? It's not the same accent I started with, but them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Main character energy. Brent's the name, and Pedlin's betrayed. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? So glory is good, but glory in and of itself is useless, because eventually the praise of others is not enough to fill a void. To amass a fortune is the same thing. But I think contentment is found in power. If you're powerful, you can exercise power for good and for want, right? You can defend your territory, and of course you can go out and take what you want. You can do whatever you want with power. But if you use power as a shield, in that shield there's fulfillment. So I'm going to say, oh, I guess we're being glory seekers. We were going to be looking for power to protect people, but glory, eh? Well, willing to take on them tasks as folks ain't. An adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you ought to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Yes. It is. Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tells you the ins and outs of the destination. Uldah's ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folks know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she commands the loyalty of the Royalists. And the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, thrown the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no signs of stopping. Of course, the Lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Ul'dan politics. They have their own interests, see? And they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. Pardon me. They say war's a gift to peddlers. Need, breed, and profit. And though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last, behold, Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
And here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. It's onto the high road for me. Here, I wanted to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn. This town reminds me a whole bunch of, not so much in the architecture, but very much in the vibe of the town and how it's laid out, of Rabanastre from 12. Oi, Venturer! Over here. I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance? Eh? How can I tell? Name's Wymond, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge, even, just this once, like. Welcome to Uldar, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanlin. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Definitely controller. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. Hi, puppy. Yes, that's the mic. Read the mic. Hi. Good boy. This is Lushu. He's a good boy. Hi, puppy. Don't wreck it. Don't do it. Okay, let's talk to Wyman. And actually, you know what? That's fine there for a second. But you guys need to go. Oh. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. So we don't need to read any of the tutorials. That's what it's called. Just plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged, or worse. And I don't want that on my conscience. So, before you do anything else, you want to head over to the quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventurer. Kind of love Wymond. Big on a quest. Got the duty list rocking over here. I'll have to move that at some point. If you're looking to mingle with folk from all over, then the quicksand's the place for you. Don't know why I went with that voice. Botolf. Come, lad. Is this your first visit to Uldar? Oh, you'll find it to be a fine city, with more chances to make guild than anywhere else. If you'd like to earn a bit yourself, let's go speak to Momodi about getting started. You'll find her just behind that counter there. Watch yourself, adventurer. These people obsess over coin and never scheme against their brethren. Even nature conspires against us here. The heat is unbearable, and the sand, God's the sand, it finds its way into every crack and crevice. Thank you for speaking, Martyr, I'm sure. What about you, Papasu? Hello there, adventurer. You new to town? Best direct all your questions to Mistress Momodi, then. She'll take care of you. I think it's time I replaced my tired old wand. And since we have the Alchemist Guild right here in Uldar, I might even treat myself to one of those more expensive custom-made types. I'm having fun with the voice acting. Mimonaru! I've dined at many of Ulda's finer establishments, but none hold a candle to the quicksand. Somehow the ale tastes sweeter when drunk in her presence. Alright, time to talk to no funny business Momodi. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it pleases you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ulda, so you might say looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalyev. What is it? I need to figure this out early. Like our conflict with the Amalja. Amalja. I think it's Amalja. Like our conflict with the Amalja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days. Only that they are. The people drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry, and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder. It's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. It was like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them got 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that. But the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There's one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering. I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. But that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten. And so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers could achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave Ulda in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then. A promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ulda means more business for the quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Ardbert Lux. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. All right, Mr. Lux. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12's my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? More an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's tales. Of course, I do enjoy hearing a tale. Take 3. Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Any road, welcome to Ul'dah, Ardbert. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little bit about our fair city. There we go. First quest, we did it up. Three tasks. Alright, what you got for us? What's our first job? So, in order to prolong my voice and to create a fairly brisk pace through this game, I'm not going to read all the text. Some of it, it's so easy that if you're at a fairly good reading pace, you'll be able to catch it. We can pause it, we can talk about it. But if I voice act every unvoiced piece of dialogue in this game, I'll be hoarse after an hour every time I stream. So, yeah. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here. Head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You see a giant floating crystal called an Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherites traveling around Eorzea, of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetherite before, Ardbert? If not, just lay your hand on the thing, and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Colosseum. Assuming that sword ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Tal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say, everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure that you don't pay more than you ought, Ardbert. There's many as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetheryte Plaza. Visit the Gladiators Guild. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that if you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come our way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you've finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a gill to your name. Hola. Okay. I'm thinking more like 35 is about the right. What else? I feel like there's much more that I want to. Yeah, let's see. Store all newly obtained items in the armory chest. For right now, that's fine. Okay, that's all fine. So we're gonna go minimize. Yeah, good. I think no apply. Okay. System. Honestly, everything's looking wonderful. And with that, so we can zoom in with L1 and zoom out. As you could tell, I've been playing Final Fantasy XI for the last week. This looks phenomenal. Like, it looked good back when I played it, but after having played 11, it looks so good. Like, so good. Especially this PS5 version. If I'm not mistaken, they actually up-resed it quite a bit. Which I know some of that's just in the settings itself, and it is not so much a hardware issue, but... Women would like to know what you think of Ul'dah. So, how are you taking to Ul'dah, Ardbert? Make any new friends in high places yet? Well, when you have the Sultana's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old women. As long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor. Take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage. As long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor. Oh, it's just over yonder, and the man will even give you some gil for your troubles. If only all work in the city was this easy, eh? Do you have business with the Platinum Mirage this morning? A missive from women? Alright then, let's have a look. Bird is barren. Let the hounds feast. So it goes. All this? Well, you see, the guild is often contracted to provide protective services. Unfortunately for this particular petitioner, women's investigation has revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. Ooh. That's another nice thing, is just for screenshots, speaking of which, here we are in the Gladiators Guild. This was actually kind of by accident. Perfect for some snapshots. Love it. What you got for me, Gelther? You! I saw you looking at me. You got something to say? Huh? No? Well, I do. You know Didlata? Short, broke, never pays what he owes. Yeah, that bleeding horse son. Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12 I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamud. If I see that little shite's face, I'll end up pounding him into the bloody pulp like as not. So you go and tell him. Alright, mate. Alright, let's talk to Heyman. Ah, it's a fine day to be watching my pugilists at their training. What's a pugilist? An expert at hand-to-hand combat. Speed and cunning. Rather than trying to deal with great damage with a single blow, he pummels his foe with lightning-fast combinations. Oh, that's why. This is the Pugilist Guild, and I am a gladiator. What's up with you, Jajakuda? Tell me, what brings you here, friend? Looking for a bit of work, perhaps? Some small job to add a little weight to that corn purse of yours, Well, you're in luck. The pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring. But the traders are cruel, for I find myself lacking the hides required. Would that I had the pelts of a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend? Care to help a merchant down on his luck? Bring me 5 snapping shrew pelts, and I promise to make it worth your while. While? You can find the creatures roaming central Thanalan. Okay, that's a super easy quest. Okay, let's do a couple things real quick. So this is where all of our actions are. This is where all of our main hotbar items are going to be. There we go. Yeah, that fits good there. We don't need any of those. Yeah, we don't need any of those. This we will need. Hunting log. Sightseeing log's on a different one. Crafting. Gathering. guess maybe that one can fit there, and then the fish guy can fit there. Orchestrion can sit there. Challenge there. So as you can see, we're starting to build up. I really don't like... this bar, to be completely honest. So we're going to get rid of all of this. Eventually we'll probably fill all this in with the various job icons, so I don't have to go into the menu so often. Ideally. Okay. Oh, gods be good. Get this good. All right. I'll give back every gil. Oh, I swear it. But I want beatings. I beg of you. Look, I haven't got the gil on hand, but I do have this ring. I ain't much to look at, but I'm sure you'll patch him at a good price. Was me dear, the departed mum's wedding ring. God's rest her soul, but she'll understand. Show it to my maid over at the ossuary and you'll get your coin. Ossuary. Okay, so here we have... This thing's kind of interesting. This is called an Ethernet shard. What Ethernet shards are is they are fast travel points that link throughout the city. So I now have one Aetheryte point, which it's going to explain there. Erasmus. Actually, guys, my dog is begging me for something right now. I need to go get a drink and maybe make some coffee, so I'm going to pause the stream for maybe... What time is it now? It's 2:25. I will try to be back by 2:35. I just realized I was muted. My apologies. Marmots are hardy creatures that thrive nigh everywhere. You will most certainly find them just outside the city in western Thanalin, by way of the gate of Sultana. Do take care. They can be feisty little creatures when threatened. Greetings, adventurer. And doubly so when the item in question... Oh, it's fake. That's nice. Sucks for the guy, but that's nice. At least he doesn't have to pay more. While we're in here, let's explore. Let's talk. So this is the ossuary. This is this is the Thaumaturge's Guild. It's also where the Order of Naltal, which is kind of a religious group which worships this deity right here, meet and gather. And Naltal, if I'm not mistaken, is a god which is driven by death and money. So you wish to peer into the abyss of thaumaturgy? Actually, we'll talk to them all when we come into the thaumaturgy guild. It might be better pacing that way. Oh, pardon me. Save me from this cruel fate. I beg of you. Speak with my husband. Okay. Let's go talk to her husband. Is this where her husband is? Yes, it is. Alright, what's up, dude? Are you being lazy? That is, if you believe that harpy I have for a wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money. And now I see she's speaking ill of me to bloody strangers. Well, if you're hell's bent on meddling in my affairs, you could assist me by taking some of these Franz the Fair flyers and posting them on the walls inside the Colosseum. I've still got a long shift ahead of me standing out here, so I won't be getting to it anytime soon. When you've finished, go and tell Wulkan at the Gladiators Guild. He should give you something for your trouble. Okay. So. Oh, that's the wrong one. We got one flyer here. One flyer. We don't need that. One flyer here. One flyer here. Here we go. Wulkan. Ah, so you've met Baba Nima's wife. Now I understand. Sorry to hear you got caught up in all that. If you ask me, they're made for one each other. Not that it's my place to judge, mind. Any road. We appreciate your help. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of Mortal Kombat? Well, whether you are or not, you're new to us. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like is not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast to one day allow him to claim a seat on the syndicate? Ah, there's not an Ul'dan alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members even strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy. And if your soul stirs, join us. So you'll see here, this blue check mark now means that this is a quest which will unlock some sort of feature in the game, which I think is super, super cool. I'm going to start this when I get back. I need to go let my dog in. I'm going to go check on my coffee. There we go. Now we're back. Seems like we're back. Awesome. What will it be? Will you rise above your masses and inscribe your name in legend? Or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? A decision you shan't regret. One moment. Make way for Ardbert Lux. Fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Mila. Seek her out and obtain her approval. Alright, let's meet Mila. Aye, I heard Lulutsu. So, you're Ardbert Lux. 'Tis a good strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I'm Mila, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts. I presume you have reason for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's the easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Ardbert, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword and, if it be your fate, die by it? Aye. Then welcome, gladiator, to your new home. Let's not waste time, shall we? I would gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 each of them and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training nonetheless. Now go. Yeah, voice acting's really interesting, because voice acting's one of those things where it's like, when you're feeling it, and you're not really thinking about the breathing pattern and all that stuff, it's super easy. As soon as you start having to think about it, it becomes much, much harder. Okay, pick up an order. Zazuriku, you'll be hearing all about my exploits in the coming days. I've even thought of a title for myself, the Garnet Gladiator. Alright, we are buddies with the Garnet Gladiator. Ah, which reminds me, I've yet to collect the circlet I commissioned from the Goldsmiths Guild. You wouldn't mind picking it up for me, would you? I could do that. What about you, Wolken? What's up, buddy? Guy read your arse in here looking for work, eh? Well, you're in luck. Just so happens I've a deed what needs doing. Wild ladybugs have been wreaking no bloody havoc on the outskirts of town. Something in the air of late's made 'em ornery as an oryx in rot. Ain't much for fighting on their own, but in numbers they're more than a match for any merchant who's seen more days at the teat than he has on the battlefield. Well, what'll it be? Fancy putting down 4 or so bloody buggers? Sure, that's super easy. Now what about you, Genevieve? Genevieve? Ugh. What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up, right this instant. I'm not sure why she's Russian, but she's Russian. I also feel like this was more of a you than a me thing. Just so you know. I'll do it, but like... My gill. Now. And there had better be not missing. This appears to be everything. What are you still staring at? Are you expecting some kind of reward? The insolence! $100 is $100. And this is the real reward. We got an etherite. Another etherite. Ooh. Zazariku's circlet. Just a moment, sir. Oh dear. This is so embarrassing. I'm afraid crafting the circlet to Zazariku's exact specifications has proven somewhat difficult. We ran out of garnets halfway through our work, and we're still waiting on the next shipment. I hate to impose, but would you explain the situation to Crooked Haft at the Miners Guild? My records indicate that he was supposed to deliver the gemstones yesterday. Mayhap it slipped his mind? Sure. What about you, Better Snow? Who are you waiting for? Hey, I remember Yellow Moon. That's cute. Alright. We'll go and tell her. Here's the Weavers Guild. Yeah, here's Yellow Moon. Pyra, God be good. Just look at me. This hair, this outfit, they don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't let Bitter Snow see me like this. Maybe that last tunic was best after all. Oh, no. Perhaps the blue? Bitter Snow was waiting for me. But I haven't anything to wear. Vox Populi. What's that Latin for? And when you're finished, please call Lusu. I'm assuming Lusu at the Alchemists Guild. The woman's a wizard with dyes. Have her cook up whatever color you find is most popular. A soiree will be held. Once the invites went out, the orders came in, and that with a fury. Every lord and lady from Cape Deadwind to Cinderfoot is demanding the latest fineries. I need hands, and I need them now, yet I cannot spare the time to go off in search of them. Would you care to aid us, friend? I ask no more of you than to welcome our doors any willing souls you might find. Come, let's see how you fare. Show me your warmest welcome. soothes a pretty... Ooh, that sucked. At the hotbar, that one's pretty important. Prey becomes pretty important at the hotbar. Cheer, seem to recall. I remember doubt was one that I needed to use at some point. And those are like beckon. Okay. Welcome. Excellent. I dare say I would work for you myself. Now, hurry off. We need those people. It's funny how they look when we're talking to the other one, eh? Awesome. We got two of them there. What about you? Will you follow your dream? Alright, that's fine. What about you, Larkin? I see you, Leech Boy. Make a Leech clothing brand. Alright. Fine. What about you, Tedashon? What do you think the most popular color is? Okay, so these are all kind of in different parts. I'm gonna look something up. I'm curious. I'm curious how many quests, like side quests, there are in Ul'dah. So, from my reading, there are 37 quests in Ul'dah that you can complete. Which probably sets you up with a nice nest pocket. What's it called? I don't know. A nice little buffer of money and items. It's going to take a lot for me to get used to the triangle button not being the menu. Just so you know, bitches know. Nah, you're chilling. You're chilling. Or crooked haft. At least he'll die with a pretty corpse. That's funny. Okay, so I think I've gotten all of the... Let's test that theory. Okay, so no. I'm glad I checked. Honestly, the update that they did to the Aetheryte system in, I think it was just 6.0. I think it was Endwalker. Absolutely my favorite, not my favorite, but probably one of my favorite features. So good. So good. So helpful. You would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Uldan a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services. But the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. I've got a letter. Accept me, mate. Oh, he's a Garlean. And you shall be attentive. Maritime trade between Vilbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports, okay? Because of the countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations. They see to it that this market is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. In the future, maybe 3 o'clock isn't the best time to stream. The coffee that's brewing upstairs will help, though. I think, to be honest, this stuff is all rabble. It's interesting if this is the first time you're playing, but I hope that you're playing through yourself and that you read the text yourself. Otherwise, if you're not, it's not that important. It's a little bit of lore, but not so much that we can't get elsewhere. Let's attune to that Aetheryte. I don't think I did, but I could just be being paranoid. I didn't. That's actually a good time. We'll just warp straight here. Cap on our sprint button. I really like the starting outfit of Ardbert. Well, of any of the characters. This white and black dynamic is really, really good. Like, it really pops. You look really classy and snazzy, and all the leather belts and like buckles, you really look like an adventurer. Pardon me again. Hail, adventurer. Might have you come? Might you have come at? Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of etherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you've heard of return and teleport. Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the etherites and their connection to the flow of ether. Given that there is an etherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any etherite you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about etherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Nice. Okay. Well, while we're here, this does work as an etherite. Oh, I didn't do it. That's okay. Good timing then. Bum, 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 bum. Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. Yep. I love that you can zoom it back so far. And that you can get really intimate. Both are super useful for experiencing the game in slightly different ways. Like for this, we can just look up at the stars. It's really a beautiful game. My apologies, I'm not trying to yawn on you guys every 5 seconds. I guess my body's telling me it's just about time to end this stream. So this is, I gotta say something. I've wanted to recount and do a good stream of this game for years, like since I got into it and got into kind of Heavensward. But I've played this game now 5 times. I've probably beaten A Realm Reborn and done a fair bit of the side content. Like anyone who looks elsewhere on my channel will notice that I have like 70 to 80 streams of this game in my old file, in which I did a lot of the side content of A Realm Reborn already. But now that I have access to a camera and a better mic, I figured, let's come back. I might not commentate over everything, and I also might not do everything on the stream as it comes up necessarily. So, how was your tour of the city, Ardbert? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Uldar's a big place with lots to see and do. But wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you got a purpose, eh? Alright then. All that's left for you is to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand. I love Momodi. She's funny. Funny's not the right word, but she just has this, like, sarcastic edge to her that I love. Yeah, so we actually want to come out this way. So we're going to head right for Central Thanlin, I'm thinking. And here we are, our first step outside of the gate. What do you got to say? Welcome to Ul'dah. Step up, step through, and keep on moving, please. Just my luck to pull duty for the gate of Nald, one of the most trafficked gate in the city. I feel you, buddy. I hope your shift ends soon. Look at that clean. It's so snappy. Again, especially after Final Fantasy XI, which is kind of a almost auto battle. It's like your main hits are autoed and you're managing your skills in between. Maybe he's a little large for us right now. Ooh, don't ever do what I just did. Where you start with Riot Blade instead of Fast Blade. As you can tell, one gets much stronger after you use the first. So I'll use it alone. I did 10 damage. Whereas, oh. Here we go. Whereas this will probably do closer to 20. 26, yeah. What are we missing? Ladybugs? Ladybugs. Ladybugs. Just some snapping shrews today. Oh, this is nice. Killing 2 shrews with 1 stone. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Good old Papa Sean. I love Papa Sean. I think it's actually best to not go through the cave to get to the Aetheryte, so we're going to come this way. Across that bridge there. Again, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, what is that? A giant plant up there. Ecco il quiet, mate. We're alligator hunting. We're going on an alligator hunt. It's a lion hunt, isn't it? Maybe it's a bear hunt. We're going on some hunt. Coffer and coffin heavy. There she is. The etherite. And I should make a habit early on of speaking to the chocobo. Chocobo keep. Uh, oh, okay, so I have to level up some more. Okay, so can I get to Western Thanalan? Yes, I can. Just gotta keep this up. So, do you see that little purple icon there? Might be a little bit high for us, but we'll see. Fates are essentially small scripted events which happen in the world map, and it is one of the goals of the Platinum Trophy specifically that you need to do 3,000. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a whole lot of these. Hopefully by the time that we are in Dawn Trail, these things are a little easier. You know, that trophy will have worked itself up kind of naturally. I like to do as... Oh, maybe I should run. I'm getting an instinct feeling I should run. Might stop it. Won't kill you. Okay, so I'm assuming that way. Nice. We go up to 5. So we'll be able to just accept the next job quest. That's handy. Should be lots. There's one. And a blue quest for us to do, which we're not going to do today. We're probably going to go area by area. We're still going to go back. We're going to do the old do some more of those side quests. One. Can't wait to get my favorite move, which is shield bash, shield throw. Oh, and we might as well, to get started. I could probably do that. There we go. I got totally backed up there based on the path and almost fell asleep. Which is a good sign that once we return to Ul'dah and turn in these quests, that it will be the end of this stream. This has been fun. It's been kind of interesting doing a stream with visual feedback. I wonder... I'm going to try something. Overlay. Now, if there were a chat, I just enabled that, but if there were, where would that be? Walked right past it. So it costs about 100 something, which is pretty steep at the beginning until you get relevant sources of income like the roulettes and whatnot. Though I have a few secrets to get a great amount of gil very, very early, very, very easily. Okay, so that was a helping supply chain. I'm assuming lots of these things are going to have to do with the operations of Ul'dah and how certain things can interrupt the nice flow that they have going. That's my guess. I've got a blood mate. In general, I feel like it's pretty easy to get gear, and it's not so easy to get money. So, I prefer the money, although typically they give you really good gear. But really good gear in the story. So the thing is that you're going to get really good gear for at least 2 classes if you're changing classes as you go through the main story. So... Okay, where's the crossover? I overshot it. We'll just go back. And then we will leave the Vox Populi quest till tomorrow. And tomorrow tomorrow we are not streaming FF14 as far as I know. However, I do have a special guest who's going to be coming over and trying out Final Fantasy VII Remake. And she's always wanted to experience Final Fantasy VII. She's a good friend of mine. And so I invited her over to stream through it live, to record her first reactions, to kind of riff off her while I'm playing it, and hopefully vicariously re-experience it through her eyes, as I hope you all enjoyed doing. Welcome back, Guardbert. I take it you've dispatched the beasts, and with these. Rest assured, there will be far greater challenges to come. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety of foes. To this end, I present you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for a pardon me, a gladiator in training. You will doubtless gain valuable experience should you seek out and slay them. It is only with such practice that you will recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once the haft sits so snugly in your hand that you cannot imagine holding aught else. Until then, Ardbert. Nice. So hunting log is nice. It's one of those completionist things that we'll be doing. It essentially lists a whole bunch of enemies and says, go out, find them, and attack them. One way that you can go about doing this, I'm going to demonstrate this later on, but on FF14 crafting, there's a way that you can just select what books you want and for what classes, and what ranks, and it'll auto-populate all the different beasts in one area. So you can just sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to kill the ladybug, and the Spriggan, and I don't know, one more, the Earth Sprite, as the pugilist. And then I'm going to switch right over to the gladiator and do the exact same thing, because they did the same thing. Something to that effect, you know? Better acquainted. Trained to emerge enemies at close range. Yeah. Lominson Marauders has paraded into town and begun harassing people outside her establishment. Men like these prey on the weak, but will turn tail and flee at the first sign of defiance. You need not resort to violence. It will suffice to show them that you're not afraid, and will not tolerate their behavior. Seek out the Lominsons and make your presence known by bellowing, "Face me, Marauder!" In this way you'll protect the people of Ul'dah as you would your allies in battle. Me. That's a new one. Now we can stop by the Adventurers Guild. Oops. Yeah, go away. Yeah, it's probably not their fault, honestly. It's the Lullafels, you can't trust them. Me proud sea wolf heritage. And I'll leave the bastard be, but we ain't finished. I love it. Farmer? Me proxy arse this is your best brew. I'd sooner drink a pint of me own piss than this swill. Just the else do you think you're speaking to, maggot? I'm Farmill, the Driven. And me and me bloody marauders have been raving so long, mothers scare their children with tales about us. Don't believe me words? Then I'll let me axe do the talking. Oh, this is lively, even for the quicksand. You two going to put on a show for us? If it's okay, I'm going to go get coffee. I've seen this scene before. It's quite good, and I've been introduced to this mysterious fellow. So I'm going to put this on auto, turn the text function up to about there, and go grab a coffee. I'll be right back. I guess we're just live, eh? We're just back. I didn't do anything. Doesn't look like it. I got caffeine. Hopefully that should give us a second wind here. That's what we're hoping for. Okay, so I swear, if I hadn't seen Aldous with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it was him. Everyone here thought he died years ago. Listen, Ardbert, do me a favor and don't tell Mila about meeting Aldous, alright? She doesn't need this sort of drama. Why? Well, let's just say some folks ain't good for one another. Okay, so we'll wait on the next main quest. All the way to Scorpion for a package. I got the wrong one. Okay, that's pretty easy. Not a whole lot of interesting lore there. Sure, darling. You can come for a ride. Jijinasu? Jijinasu. At the dispatch yard. Okay. Well, since it looks like Central Thanlin's right out here, we will do that, and that will also help us demonstrate. I need to get a mouse attached to that. Right here. Here we are. So see this little, the three circles, three concentric circles? That is a sign that these are part of your hunting log. And so you go, you fight them, and then you fight them, and you get an absolutely massive amount of experience. I'm going to do one quick thing. I'm going to adjust one thing on our stream. Let's do that for right now. It does cover some stuff, but is it that bad? Yeah, some of this stuff's pretty necessary. But you know what, actually, now that I think about it, the top right corner doesn't have a lot except for the main quest, and the main, in my opinion, the main quest is not at all necessary. Let's check here. Alright, so we are going to head to Giginasu. Sprint. We definitely need to get these. Nice. There you are. Anyone see Kikazani since last night? Anyone? Yeah, we'll take that. As I said, main quest will brandish us with much and more. What's this? I appreciate this map, being able to see kind of the layout of everything, especially, you know, here's what you have, here's what you haven't seen. Really increases that feeling of exploration. I just realized my camera didn't. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully that's good. And I mean, worst case, I can just move it out of the way as is necessary. It's also interesting. I haven't seen an insane amount of actual people running around. So I wonder what that says. Because I don't think I'm in an instanced area anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm kosher out in the world. Horizon. We've already been to Horizon. Okay, that's not bad. We can just run there. Hammerley. Ooh, this will be good. We can get some stuff. I should probably just get rid of that now. Soon I'm gonna have to move. Actually, I should just do it now. Move that there so I can make room for Shield Bash above Fast Blade. Not a Shield Bash, a Shield Toss. Okay, all these will be dealt with when we deal with Western Thanalan. It's not in the purview right now. Right now we're focusing on Ul'dah and the main quest. We want to explore Ul'dah, get a feel for the city. We also want to eventually stop what we're doing and tackle the Ul'dah main quest. And that's the difficulty, striking a balance between pushing forward in the main story, chunking up content when it's relevant, because obviously these quests aren't going to be relevant 50 levels down the line. And at least now I feel like I'm accomplishing something, whereas I'm not going to very soon. So I think I need to come into here, and then from here there's stairs. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. That's a little bit better. This is the difficulty of streaming, or really just playing one of these games, which is so UI heavy, is that no matter where you go, you seem to be covering something. Okay, so I don't... Right here. Black dress. We're not going to a funeral, my man. It's gonna be pretty. Scholar's Walk. Cool. So yeah, as you can see, as soon as you've explored every single Aetheryte and unlocked all of that, you get a whole bunch of additional, just extra teleportation places, which is really, really good quality of life. Nice. That's a hefty assumption. Okay, we'll go report to Mila. Well, no, actually no, let's just get over here. Mark my words, this formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. With just a sip of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this batch to Pearl Lane, to a man named Landibird. He's trusted by other refugees. Persuade this Landibird to take my tonic and give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancement of the alchemic arts, and, mankind at large. Ha! We're not fools, boy. We know full well what that bastard Elderwin is up to. But we'll accept his medicine nonetheless. Look at us. Beggars can't be choosers. Might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. If we've got to choose between this bastard's swill and nothing at all, is it really a choice? It's deep. You're kind of going to reward. This vase is important to us, but I want you to have it. Find a merchant who will appraise the vase. Cinco. Okay, that was an easy quest. Is there any other quests? I'm not seeing them. Let's warp to the Gladiators Guild. We'll have to get that mail at some point. Yeah, what can I say, man? One pat on the chest, they were terrified. Can you blame them? Look at my baby face. Look at my scrawny muscles. Okay, we're gonna... What's gonna happen there? Showdown? Fight? I need to get that rotation back in my head to switch to the left hotbar. Nice. Just passing through. Actually, I might... This one looks kind of easy. And they give pretty decent experience per, actually. All things considered. get out of there before we pass away. Here he is, the big boy himself, and not with very much HP either. Can't even hit me with his main attack. Okay, we are so close. It's now 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's go finish off this gladiator quest. We're not quite fit to do the next one, uh, which is unfortunate. And we will do that tomorrow. It should go pretty quick. Once I knock out a lot of the hunting log, that will go pretty darn quick, to be honest. I might do the hunting logs separately. I might not stream those. To be completely honest, I can show you the tools on stream and show you kind of how to do it, but it's not something that you need to copy doing or that's all that engaging to watch doing. It's just going around killing enemies. So might do that. I will show the ranks when we get back and see what's up. I might not. We'll see. But yeah, those will be the type of things that I do off of stream. I'm going to try and do all actual. The logs are content, just like crafting is content, but I also don't think that crafting is one of those things that's all that interesting for a stream, you know? I'll show that I'm doing it and that I'm progressing it, and that's part of the 100% completion thing, right? Is crafting one of every item and all that fun stuff, but you guys don't need to sit there and watch me hack away at a tree log for 45 minutes. On the other hand, there's some interesting stuff about the mining that I'll do. So I'll probably do like small segments on those. Thanks, Master. thinking that this is going to be the highest. Roll actions. Rampart. Cool. I feel like that's not the right place for Rampart, though. I feel like Rampart's there. No, Rampart's there. Yeah. Okay, guys. Everything in me wants to keep on playing, and this has been a blast, but I think I better call it a night. Be responsible. So with that, let's exit the game. It's much faster than Final Fantasy XI. Oh, and because I did that so preemptively, you guys don't get to see my face. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This was an absolute joy. I pray that you all enjoyed, that you gleaned some sort of value from it, and that we can meet again soon. So, as I said, I hope that you go in peace.